8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, what's up, fam? Welcome back to another episode of 49 Faithfullee. We're your hosts, Miriah and Teran. What's up, fam? What's up, TL? Welcome back.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Appreciate it. Good. Like I was telling you before the show, finally get a chance to catch up on some rest and stuff. That little move we did with my mom to Texas kind of take a toll on me. I'm not a spring chicken no more. I'm not in my 20s. So that drive that was an 18 and a half hour drive from Vegas to Fort Worth, Texas, and then all that stuff was a little bit of a it was interesting, but it was cool though. Got to bond with my brother and my mom in the car, and yeah, so it was cool. So it's nice.
Yeah,
So
that's
man,
good.
gas was 2.59 a gallon over there.
Dang,
It was a trip. Like I was
that's
just like, oh
crazy.
my god, I know 2.50. I was like, this is ridiculous. So yeah, but it was cool though.
I've been hearing too the last couple of weeks, since, most people that we follow, live in California. I keep seeing they're posting and their gas is way cheaper than ours here in Vegas. Like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I don't know what's going
Finally,
on with that.
the gas here in Vegas is going down a little, but it's still up there.
Yeah.
Like it's still like 4.29 or something at the gas station by my house.
Yes, yeah, it's still for something. Yeah, I think the cheapest I saw in Texas was like 230 something. But yeah, like average I saw was like in the high 250s, 257, 259 like that. So, which is a still, you know what I mean, compared to what we're
Yeah,
paying.
shit. What's up, chat? Hope everybody's doing well. JDLR, first in the building. He says, I love your streams and the community here. I have to keep coming back. Well, we appreciate you. We're glad that you found us over here, and we're glad you keep coming back.
Absolutely.
Melissa, what's up, sis? I hope you're staying healthy. Melissa's family's sick, and they're high risk, so everybody keep them in your prayers.
Oh, okay.
And hopefully Melissa stays safe because she's definitely high risk. So
Yeah, for sure.
they gotta bubble wrap her. Like go live in a closet for a couple weeks or something.
Okay.
Mariah singing "Against All Odds" just makes me want to curl up and listen to Phil Collins. That's Purdy against all odds right now.
Yep, for sure.
Bryant, what's up? Yeah, I made Bryant a
Made you a
mod
mod.
today.
Okay.
Um, I tried to make Tony as well, but it kept bringing up all these other weird Tonys that I've never seen in my life. So I'm like,
Oh,
I don't
really?
know. She's gonna have to wait because
Yeah,
I don't know all these other Tony Colps out here.
for sure.
Bebop, what's up? David. Let's see, get through. All right. What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing good. Thanks for spending a few minutes of your Saturday with us. We appreciate it. Um, I had some stuff I wanted to go over first. Let's see. Before we get in, because I haven't really, we haven't talked about the whole Jimmy going down and, Purdy as our quarterback for the future. So before we jump into any game specifics, let me just get your whole thoughts on that because I know you were driving, right, when the game was playing. And this was such a bad game to be on the road for.
Yeah,
Like this
yeah.
was definitely one you wanted to watch.
Well, it
But
was
what were your
yeah.
thoughts, when you heard that Jimmy went down and obviously that he was being carted off and, Purdy was coming into the game?
Yeah, well, it's kind of I mean, I'm not saying Jimmy getting hurt was a good thing. It was a good thing that my brother was actually driving on Sunday, so I got to watch a little bit. Then when we got to my mom's, I actually got to watch it and sit down and take a look at it. So, my first situation was, man, like our luck just sucks. You know what I mean? Like we lose our starting quarterback, we lose our backup quarterback. And I think what the thing about it is too. Like I'm always going to feel bad for an injury regardless,
Yeah.
but it just makes it that worse when your team is this good. When your team is this good, Super Bowl caliber ready, and then you're down to your third string quarterback. So I hope that Jimmy has a full recovery. I know I'm not the biggest Jimmy fan, but he's still a 49er. I'm still support him. I still want him to come out and if he was the starting quarterback to win us a Super Bowl, you know what I mean? So yeah, it sucks. I mean, it just but um when I saw him go down, like I was just like, oh my god, like, and then all of a sudden Brock came in, and I feel like it didn't skip a beat. You know what I mean? It was just, which was crazy to me. Yeah, and I don't know, and I know we'll get into it more, but my thoughts on Brock. I mean, do you want to talk about that now, or do you want to?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so
Go
my
ahead.
thoughts on Brock was like, man, like, can he be the backup quarterback that we thought that C.J. Beathard and Nick Mullins could be? Like maybe he's a Mike White who's serviceable, or maybe like a Ryan Fitzpatrick and come in and win you some games and stuff like that, and not turn the ball over. Or can we get lucky and him be like a Dak Prescott type quarterback that was drafted, later on, or I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm just saying, like, you just never know, because as soon as somebody gets an opportunity, you never know what's going to happen. So I thought Brock looked good. I'm going to pump my brakes on saying, we can go to the Super Bowl, this, and that. I mean, he came in, he looked good. I mean, just, he put up Jimmy numbers,
Yep.
like what was it, like 200 something yards passing, 2 touchdowns, an interception, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be tougher going forward, because now people are going to have some film on him and stuff like that. But he looked poised, he looked comfortable. So yeah, I mean, let's just see what happens going forward. But yeah, I still have a lot of positivity with this team, because, like I said, we are so good, and we have an excellent defense. And then, kind of like what Fred Warner said, it's like, we sit back and we don't really think about the whole situation. Like, yeah, I know he's third string, but like Fred Warner was like, even though he's the backup, he's been practicing against the best defense for 13 weeks. So
Yes.
he knows what we see. So, as you know, with anything, when you practice against something that's harder, when you play against other opponents, it makes it that much easier for you. And it doesn't hurt that we have probably collectively the best weapons in football right now. So yeah, I'm still remaining positive, still remaining faithful. So yeah, I just sit back and laugh, because now it's like, and as far as a fan base, it just, man, I'm not gonna say it makes me sad, because it's expected, but it's just terrible, man. Like, I'm so tired of the narrative of, like, like Trey ain't ready, or Jimmy's this, Brock Purdy's that. Like, I just want to win a ring. When it comes down to it, I want a ring. So all this chatter now of, oh, Brock Purdy, he's better than Trey, and he's going to be the quarterback going forward. Like, it just sucks, man. Like, I mean, I never seen, and maybe I just don't pay attention, but I never seen a fan base who's arguing more about 3 quarterbacks wearing the same jersey.
Yep.
Like, we're all on the same team. The ultimate goal is for us to win, but yet it's never like, I remember a few years ago, it was always us against the world, us against other fan bases, and now we nitpick each other, and it just sucks, man. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna remain positive. Hopefully, Purdy can look good. He's playing. We're gonna play against a tougher defense coming up, so we'll see.
Yeah. Real quick, what's up, Rohan? Congrats, brother. He just made it to 1,000 subs on his YouTube channel,
Oh yeah,
so
I
that's
think I did
awesome.
saw that. Yeah.
Congrats. Hey, Christy. Make sure I didn't miss anybody sneaking in. Damien, what's up? Ty. AL, it's been a long time, brother. How you been? It's good to see you. Um, we appreciate you. Yeah, the chat's awesome here. They really
Yeah.
are. And I'm in a
Izzy
lot of
wanted us to
chats. I
post.
get to
Are you?
see
Are you?
I get to see how the other chats are, and this one is
Yeah.
awesome.
Izzy.
Yeah, I see you. Emiliano, what's up? What's up? What'd you say now?
Oh no, Izzy said something about. I'll show her a comment. It's under Cowboy Angels up there. She said something about number 44. She asked if we can post it, but I don't. Oh yeah, I'm not able to post.
Oh.
So there it goes.
So yeah, what you had brought up
Oh
about, we get to see how Brock, how he is. And, like right before the game, a bunch of reports had come out that, the 49ers and Jimmy Garoppolo could be interested in working on a multi-year contract, at the right cost, or at the right, whatever, at the right circumstances, or I don't know how they worded it. But that's coming out before the game. So like before the game, like I'm already pissed, because I'm like, why are we doing this right now? Like this is ridiculous. And then obviously, Jimmy goes down, Purdy steps in, so I'm curious to see, I guess, how Purdy does from this point forward. Obviously because of this season, we have so much to go this season, like such a great team. We can make it so far, but also to see if he's going to be able, because, going into next year, are they going to want to be like, oh, if we didn't get to see Purdy at all play, say Jimmy stayed healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get to see what Purdy was. Well, going into next year, there would be questions and, well, do we need a vet to back up Trey? Do we need to bring in somebody else? Because nobody would know what Purdy was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now we're going to get to see exactly what Purdy is. So going into next season, we're going to know, is Purdy going to be able to be Trey's backup of the future? Are we going to be able to roll forward with these two quarterbacks on a rookie's deals, for the next couple years? So obviously, like you said, we don't want to see anybody get hurt, prayers out to Jimmy. I hope he, has a healthy recovery. But I am a true believer that everything happens for a reason. And I think, the way Purdy came in, and I kept saying this, posting this on Twitter during the game, that he looked more poised out there than Tua looked.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to just come in on a minute's notice. It's not like that game script wasn't for him, he had no clue, he was going to be starting, and he looked like the vet out there compared to how Tua looked.
Yeah.
So there's this, I don't know. And how you brought up about the whole fighting about the quarterbacks, I saw somebody post, it's crazy that the fan base, still continues to fight about quarterbacks. Even though we only have one healthy quarterback.
Exactly.
It should be known very easy. Okay, Brock's our guy going forward this season because that's all we have. Exactly. Everybody wants to keep making it about race. Oh, people are supporting Brock. All the Jimmy fans are supporting Brock Purdy. It's no, even the Trey fans should be supporting Brock Purdy because that's what we have right now.
Exactly.
That's the quarterback of the team we should be supporting. But yet it's all about, oh, well, they're both white quarterbacks, so it's you can support, and Trey's my guy,
Same.
Everybody knows that, but I'm going to support Brock. That doesn't make me racist because I think, I'm supporting Brock Purdy. Give me a break.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
And some, there are some racist fans out there, don't
Absolutely.
get me wrong, but to, put everybody in this group, oh, well, if you support Brock or you support Jimmy, then you're racist. It's come on, it's ridiculous that everything has come to that now.
Yep. I totally agree.
So also a couple things before we get into the game. I wanted to talk about Jordan Mason, how it came out this week. Let me pull up the tweet. So I thought this was, pretty, sad and pretty awesome that he does this. So Jordan Mason had said, as some may have noticed, for the past 11 games, I have been wearing the name Chloe on my tape and glove. Understandably, I have been getting a few questions in regards to that. On September 23rd, 2022, my 4-month-old niece passed suddenly in her sleep. I haven't had proper time to grieve with my family, but I know I have to play hard for Chloe. Having her name on me during games not only gives me strength, but also my family. Sleep well, Angel. This is for you, Chloe. And I just thought, for a rookie to come in, and obviously have that happen, he's stuck here. He's, playing. He can't be with his family. He can't, nothing, right? So they don't have time. We always talk about, the guy, the man aspect, and not just the player aspect, right? They don't have time to even be, people because during the season, because everything they do is football, right? And, for him to he's come in and run his ass off every opportunity that he's gotten, and to find out, he's playing hard, not just because, because he's a great player, obviously, but, for another purpose as well, so I just wanted to, give my respects out to that. He's come in and been a hell of a running back these last couple games. And you can just tell, he just runs, I keep saying, he's like a little wrecking ball out there, he just pile drives the whole freaking thing, and like it looks like he's gonna get stopped, and all of a sudden he gets 5 yards. He gets an extra 4 yards, and it's just like, how the hell did that even happen? So like for an undrafted rookie to come in and just show like the poise, the vision, the runs with the type of power, the type of grit, everything that the 49ers want their running backs to be. I think it says a lot about the player, but also the man as well.
Yeah, and you make a good point too, because it's like I feel like the NFL is one of those, is the professional league where it's like every game is so critical. So it's like it's a football. It's like you said in baseball, it's 162 games. Basketball, you have 82. So it's like, oh, go ahead and be home with your family for a couple of days. It's okay. I mean, I'm not saying every game doesn't count in every sport, but what I'm saying is it's not as critical. So like in baseball, you take off a couple of games out of 162, team's probably going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if the team is good or whatever. But if you're somebody like us who's fighting, we're first, like the Seahawks are on our hill. Like we're trying to catch the Eagles, we're trying to catch, these other teams that are above us or whatever the case may be. Every game's so critical that it's like, man, it's like, it's like football, and there's no rest, you know what I mean? But yeah, so it just sucks. I mean, the perfect example was Marquise Goodwin a few years ago when his wife was going to have the baby and the baby died, and he wouldn't play that day.
Yeah,
like he wouldn't play that day. And so it's like one of those things where it's like, man, like, not only are they're athletes, it's like, they entertain us, week in and week out, but sometimes we forget the human element of things. They have lives too. They're human. They have people in their family sick, people in their family, deaths in the family, stuff like that too. So, that's what kind of bothers me sometimes when I see people adding players and telling them stuff like you're trash and you're, this and that. Like, like, man, it's not all about your fantasy football team and and all this other stuff. So yeah, but like, like we say too, it's like, I had my grandma tell me this a long time ago too, was like, any opportunity you get, you be with your family, you know what I mean? Because, because if I'm dying, if I'm on my deathbed or wherever the case may be, I'm not going to be telling my family, hey, can you show me my check stub? I want to see what I got paid this week, or this and that. I'm not worried about that. What I want by my bedside is my family. So yeah, so people need to act a little different and understand what's going on. Maybe it could have been one of those things too, where people kept talking about, how Kyle, how he wasn't playing them at first. Everybody kept saying stuff like, "Oh, Kyle's not playing mentally." Maybe he wasn't there. And maybe that could have been a situation where Kyle was like, where Jordan Mason was like, "Look, right now I'm bothered. My niece just passed away." So yeah, so we don't know what's going on. So.
Yeah, just like last year too. Remember, we just found out, I think the beginning of this season that Diamador Lenore was dealing with his sister. I think it was death, during the season. It's like we never know what these players are dealing with, behind the scenes. We get to see, them at work, and that's it, And yeah, I agree. People at players, and it's very unfortunate the shit that you see.
Yeah.
Real quick, let me say I saw Panama. What's up, sis? Appreciate you stopping in. Miss Debbie, the queen of 49ers, is here. Appreciate you, sis. I hope you're feeling better. Miss Debbie is such a blessing, this woman. Avion, what's up? What's up? Let me get through here real quick. Dion, I see you. He says in a couple of weeks he'll finally get to meet us.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
I agree with his statement right here too.
Yeah, I agree as well.
Yeah.
Avion as well says, I agree. I'm tired of the quarterback bickering and race. I think that was everybody. Let me get caught up here real quick. Jamal, good to see you, brother. How you doing?
What up, Jamal? I haven't seen you in a minute. What's up, man?
Let me go through here. Shot J, what's up? Good to see you. Oh yeah, throwback. I saw you sneak in here as well. Miss Debbie says, I'm guessing for this Buccaneers game that she's selling her tickets and parking pass. So if anybody's interested, please get in contact with her. I wish I was there because I would be going.
Mm.
That's what sucks about living in a different state than your team. You can't just, like people over there they just get to wake up like, oh, I feel like going to the game today.
Yep.
Okay,
I live in a different state from all my teams.
Yeah. And they're not even in the same state, so
Nope. Not
you
even
can't just go to
close.
one state and see all your teams.
Nope.
So let's get into this Dolphins game.
Okay.
I was pretty nervous going into the game, obviously, because the Dolphins offense has just been on fire. And we know that the kind of weapons that they have. And, I was mostly nervous about is much of a Diamador Lenore fan, and I talk about this all the time since the beginning of the season, that, I thought he was going to have a great season, that, he's going to be a great player. I just didn't know if he was ready to take on the wide receivers of that caliber. There's a big difference in taking on wide receivers in the league, and usually the number 2, because we know Charvarius Ward's taking on the number 1, right? And taking on a team that has 2 wide receivers in the top 15, But, I do want to start off the whole segment of the Dolphins and give props to Diamador, because he played freaking great. And I feel like, honestly, that he had a better game than Charvarius Ward. So,
yes, he did.
There's that.
Yeah.
So hats off to him. Because every worry that I had about that game, like, he took away, every play that he was out there. Like, he just played lights out.
Yeah.
So hats off to him.
And that was the position I was worried about the most when we did our What Are You Worried About? I was like, Diamador Lenore on Jalen Waddle. And Jalen Waddle was kind of a non-factor.
Yep, exactly. Miss Debbie says 2 tickets, section 224, row 20, seats 27 and 28. We can make a deal. So Faithful, hit her up, because she hasn't been feeling well. So let's get her some money for those tickets. Tickets. All right. And then for the game to start off, like the very first play, that throw to Sherfield and him freaking run down and score. I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. Like, is this how, like, I'm just like, visioning, like, this is how the whole game's going to go, Yeah. I'm like, I just wanted to turn my TV off and cry at that point. Like, no, my worst nightmare is coming true.
Funny. And that's the play I missed. So who got beat on that play?
I think all fingers point towards Talanoa Hufanga.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's one play I didn't see. By the time I turned the game on, it was 7-3, and I saw that Sherfield had like an 80-yard touchdown. I'm like, oh my God, we're starting this already. I was like, oh my, and then of all people, him. I'm like, why do we get destroyed from ex players? Dante Pettis on the touchdown. I'm like,
every ex player has done something significant against us, and then I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, they're really getting up for these games against the 49ers. Yep. And even players, they won't do nothing the rest of the season, but they'll have a good game against 49ers.
Yeah,
right? So
it's funny.
Crazy.
Yep.
So, but, I will say, for all the talk that had got talked about Talanoa being slow and whatever, I think he talked about it a little, that I think it was that play that, was it? I think so. Maybe, I don't know. But anyways, I think he had, thought the ball was going somewhere. He bit on that instead of staying where, into his, correct reads like he was supposed to. But, so all the defense is chasing him down, right? Sherfield's running, the whole defense is behind, and Talanoa comes from behind all of them and is the one that makes contact with him. Like, right as Sherfield's, obviously too late, but right as Sherfield's crossing the line, Talanoa is there to make contact. So he beat all the rest of the defense to get to Sherfield, So for everybody that wants to talk about, oh, he's too slow. Well, it doesn't really look like it,
Yeah.
Because he's beating, like, he rushed down Fred. I think it was Charvarius Ward. I don't know. There's like 3 or 4 guys running along, and, Talanoa comes from who knows where and is the one that makes contact. I'm like, wow. Dead legs. Oh my God, the paper plane. So yeah, but obviously then Jimmy went down, and I'm like, oh great, so now we're gonna be giving up plays on defense. Our quarterback goes down. We don't know what Brock Purdy is at that point. We really still don't. But like, things just kept happening, and I'm like, man, this game, I was just like picturing all the annoying ass Dolphins fans that, especially on Twitter, like they've been
Yeah.
so annoying since the beginning of the season. They've been thinking they're winning the Super Bowl, So like more than anything, I just wanted us to handle this team,
Yeah.
And they ended up taking care of business. The defense, man, lights out, 4 turnovers, 3 interception, a forced fumble. Bosa, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. He did get NFC Player of the Week for this game. He had 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 2 tackles for a loss.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there is no conversation about Defensive Player of the Year. There should be nobody even close. Then the next player is what's his name in
Michael
Dallas.
Parsons.
Yeah, but we've seen old stupid ass Acho, coming out with his bullshit and making up bullshit scenarios of why Parsons is better.
Michael Parsons is better effort, and I'm like, how can you sit there and say that? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, and it's funny because the week before that, like I had just talked about how Nick Bosa will be chasing down, from one side of the play. He'll be chasing down the runner that's all the way on the other side of the field, even though you see other defensive line players just stop and like, okay, well, I can't chase him down. Bosa's the only one running after everybody. And you're going to say he has zero effort? Like,
that was ridiculous. Like, I mean, everybody
can't stand his ass.
Yeah, I know the stuff that, I mean, ever since the stuff he started talking about Trey in the offseason, to now he's on Bosa, and, it's just, I don't like that guy. But, and that's saying a lot, because I like everybody. So,
right.
But it's just crazy. I feel like, to me, the Dolphins, too, like I was looking at Tua when I started playing, he felt rattled. I think the defense was scaring him because, I mean, Bosa was in his face. Like almost every play, it seemed like he was off on his throws, and me and my brother were like, Tua seems a little bit off. And I feel like some of the receivers too were having some alligator arm issues because I was like, there were a lot of catchable balls that were dropped too. I think they were kind of getting scared they were going to get hit.
He was hitting a lot high though as well.
Yeah, he was. So but as far as like the defensive player year conversation, I feel like it's Bosa 2 on a runaway, but I can get where people are coming from with Michael Parsons because he disrupts the game as well. But Bosa definitely should be. I mean, if the season ended now, it shouldn't be him, and I think it's a distant second. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Let's start a giveaway since we have a bunch of you in here. Go ahead and get your numbers, enter your numbers in the chat. Let me get my keyboard fixed here, and then I'll tell you what we're giving away.
Yeah, Jamal, I agree, man. Especially with Tristan Wirfs not playing, with their best tackle being out.
Yeah,
Bosa might have another 2-sack game at least.
How about let's do this combo right here: Drake Jackson, Bosa, and Trey. Good luck into your numbers. But the defense, they've just been so lights out. Obviously, they ended the streak with no second half points, but to only give up 17 points to an offense that has just been rolling, up until this point, they had won every game that Tua had started, up until that point. And Tua just looked frazzled. He looked uncomfortable. Like I said, he was throwing high.
Yeah.
Their running game was non-existent.
No.
For all the shit talking that those running backs wanted to do. I didn't see them. They didn't even show up to San Francisco. Nope. So
and Jeff Wilson, I think the ball was a little high or whatever, but he missed the ball on the wheel route. Did you see that?
Yeah. Yep. And then Jeff Wilson had 1 carry for 3 yards, and Mostert had 7 carries for 30 yards. So 8 rushes their running backs had.
That's crazy.
And they were the ones talking the most shit leading up to the game. Like,
and Tyreek Hill kind of made a comment, kind of like, "Man, you guys are wild," because I don't think he wanted that smoke.
So what are your overall thoughts? On the game, how the game went. Us being able to obviously pull out such a dominant win with our third string quarterback.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I feel good. I mean, just like we had mentioned, with the way this defense is playing, and Christian McCaffrey, I feel like he's the X factor. I just think that he opens up so much. Like some people can say, oh, his numbers aren't scaring anybody, even though he had a good game this last game. But people don't understand the impact he makes just him being on the field. Because now, like, nobody on the field can be double coverage. You can't. can't do it. It's one-on-one coverage every single down, and it's all about just taking the best matchup. You know what I mean? So as long as Brock Purdy can continue to do that, I think we're good. He looked poised, like we mentioned. One interception, I can handle that, And what's good about it is after he threw that pick, he didn't get rattled. He just kept doing what he was doing
And that
and
was a
stuff.
4th down anyways.
Yeah, it's 4th down, so it's like a
like,
punt almost.
yeah.
So it's like a punt. He threw a nice tight window ball to Christian McCaffrey in the end zone. So yeah, I'm okay with it. Like I said, I think I'm gonna pump my brakes. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh yeah, he's gonna come out and do his thing, whatever the case may be, but at the same time, because one, it's gonna be him. People are going to have the film on him now, so they're going to kind of see what's going on and stuff like that. But two, but at the same time, he's practicing with the ones all week. You know what I mean? So that's another advantage for us. So yeah, I think we'll be fine. I think we look great. I remember Tanya had asked me, the week prior to, like, what are my thoughts since I'm a gambling man on the game? And I said the Niners are going to win by at least 5 because everybody's going off their high horse and they're looking at how we played against the Saints and we didn't really score much and they just blew the brakes off the Texans. So they're looking at their high scoring offense. And I was like, no, we're going to win by at least, we're going to cover the spread because Vegas always goes week to week on how they put that spread out. So, game was great. Going forward, this defense, everybody's finally getting healthy on both ends, offense and defensively. So I think that's the biggest hurdle right there, that we're at this point, going into week 14 or whatever week we're going into, and that we have no significant injuries. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest thing, because we haven't had. Yeah, except for the quarterback. Yeah, but we haven't had that in years. You know what I mean? Where we're looking comfortable as far as that. Yeah, so it's like I know it's like, okay, your quarterback will be healthy, but let me let you miss about 4 or 5 guys on both sides of the ball. Now it's like, well, you're only missing E-Man, really. I mean, well, and Kinlaw, but I don't. Mm-hmm. But really,
can't miss
E-Man.
Something you didn't have.
Yeah, but really, it's you're missing E-Man, and yet we're not. And we're good on both sides of the ball. Weapons are healthy, so yeah. Yeah, I feel good. I'm impressed that we scored that much. I honestly thought that they were going to come back and score like a late touchdown against us. I think we were still going to win, but we scored that late touchdown. But when Boza sacked them too, and then Dre Greenlaw got that ball in for a touchdown, I go, game over. Like, there's no way now. So yeah.
Real quick, what's up, Eddie? I see you, Chrissy. Hope you guys are doing well. I have seen somebody else sneak in here. Let me see. The chat's popping today, man.
It really is.
I can't keep up. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's everybody. Yeah, you talk about Greenlaw. Whew, that man is playing lights out. It was such a big debate about, and we still might, Shanahan talked about, he would love to keep all 3 linebackers, but it was a big debate even all of last season, all of the off season, about which, linebacker out of Greenlaw and Azeez, we should keep, and Greenlaw had been hurt for a while, right? So we had all been seeing Azeez in there balling out, but I think half of this fan base, it was, mostly split from everybody I talked to. Half of us wanted to keep Azeez, half of us wanted to keep Greenlaw. And, even after we paid Greenlaw after the season started, a lot of the fan base was like, oh, well, they made a mistake. They should have paid Azeez, all this. And I think Greenlaw has done nothing but prove why the 49ers paid him.
Yeah.
He has just been lights out.
And what's more impressive, Miriah? He's not playing for a contract anymore. He got one.
Exactly.
So that's just more impressive, because most of the time it's like, because I feel like this was the type of season I would have saw, because he's waiting on a new deal, but he got it and he's still out there doing his thing. And I feel like this year's funny because, like, you're right, it was 50-50, like with Azeez and Greenlaw, but I feel like this year Azeez is the one who's been hurt. Like, because he's the one who's been like in and out of games and stuff like that. So it's like, but I feel like the Dre Greenlaw contract was pretty fair. Like it didn't put like a big hole in their pocket. So they might be able to keep all 3 linebackers.
And after the season that Greenlaw is paying, had they not signed him after the season started right then, his price tag would have definitely gone up.
Oh, most definitely.
And we could have it could have lost him because he priced himself out of the 49ers price tag. So I think with the way he's playing, we actually got a hell of a freaking deal.
Absolutely.
And got Greenlaw on a budget,
No, you're right. You're absolutely right on that.
Avion says that they hope that they still give E-Man a contract, and I agree. Like especially the season that E-Man was having, and he's been such a cornerstone. No play on the words there, but back there, and I was so excited to finally get him help. Another lockdown corner on the other side of him for the season he was about to have. And unfortunately, yeah, we know how that ended. But I really do hope they find a way to pay him and keep him
Yeah,
here.
absolutely. Yeah, but I don't know. Who knows? We'll see how strong Dominic Lenore finishes the season too, though,
Yep.
because he has this season. And I'm going to speak it to existence when we make the playoffs. If he plays good the rest of these 4 weeks, and then he plays balls in the playoffs, it's going to be up for discussion of like, do we need to pay E-Man?
Yeah,
Like, do we
that's
just
true.
keep Demo in there for cheaper and let E-Man walk and then get a compensatory pick for him or whatever? You know what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting. But the good
Yeah.
thing is the cap's going up, this year. So there's going to be a lot of people who we can keep, to keep this roster intact. So yeah, it's
And
going to
now's
be
the time that we take advantage of those rookie quarterback contracts to be able to keep our
absolutely,
talent like this. Not
absolutely.
the most high paid, prolific players, but cornerstone players of this team that we, mid pay, whatever, that now we can be able to afford to pay because we don't have to be paying a quarterback $30-40 million a freaking season.
Yeah, and I'm gonna keep it real here. Let Jimmy walk. Let Mike McGlinchey walk. That's taking a lot of money off your books.
Yep.
I appreciate that, Jamal. Thank you.
Jamal says, by the way, thank you for your service, TL, and to all the veterans out there. That's a nice shirt you got there, TL.
Appreciate that.
Jamal's such a nice guy
He
when
is.
he's away from the twins. When he's with the twins and some demon Jamal comes out, I don't know. I don't know what
That hood,
happens.
the hood Jamal comes out a little bit.
Right? That some Jamal came out that I didn't even know existed. I'm like,
He'll
what?
go from
What
he'll go
happened to
from
that
shake
nice guy I knew?
he'll go from shaking your hand to punching you in the face.
Yeah. Oh man. Let me see. I'm caught up here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Throwback said he agrees you're a gangster too. I don't know what he's agreeing with, but
Yeah.
um well, let's talk about, we just talked about Greenlaw, so let's go ahead and who we're giving our flowers to. I'm starting off with Greenlaw.
Go ahead.
That was who mine were. So, who you got?
I'm just gonna go with the easy route. I'm gonna go because I didn't watch the entire game, but I'm gonna go with Brock Purdy just because he went in there under. It's not like we're playing, and I get it. I'm not gonna sit here and dog these other teams, but let's
Yeah.
just be real. The Dolphins are a legit team, and the fact that he had to play 80% of that game, he did his thing. So I got to give him his props. Like he went in there as Mr. Irrelevant. Now he's Mr. Relevant, in my opinion, because he showed that he can play in this league. Although it's only one game, but still, you still can only play. Who they put in front of you, and the fact that this team is good at what they were 8-3 when we played them, and he went in there and he went in there, and he did his thing. So yeah, props to him.
Melissa says, let Ross walk.
Yeah,
He
Ross.
wasn't even active. So,
Yeah.
that's crazy that, he went from being our second tight end, which I didn't even think he was going to make the team this season. I still don't know why we had kept him. But, he had been our second string tight end for years. And now, to have him not even active and to have a tight end that we just picked up this season active over him, I think that says a lot.
Like we always say too, Miriah, even though we see things a bit different, like because I thought the same thing, but then I started looking at him like Kyle's always on a goal with comfortability. That's why Jeff Wilson made the roster when people thought he wouldn't. That's why Ross Dwelly makes a team, stuff like that, because Kyle's comfortable with them. That's what it comes down to. Yeah.
Hey,
What you
Sean.
got going over there in North Vegas, girl? Sirens in the back.
That's because my window's open. And like my place sits like right on the freaking main street. So
does it?
yeah, it's like, man, these motorcycles too, they race up and down the street. It's like crazy. Like it sounds like they're in my freaking living room when they're coming by.
That's crazy.
Bryant says Robbie, and I wrote something down to go over with Robbie because he just recently he has the 10th most points in the NFL history, so that's freaking amazing. And he's the only player in NFL history top 10 in total points scored, field goal percent, and field goals made. So, it looked for a while there, like we didn't know, for a while what was going on with Robbie, right? Like he held out, he wanted to go back to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the fan base was like, screw this, kind of like with the whole Debo thing. Like, you don't want to be here, then get the fuck out, right? And they were able to work it out. But then he came back and he had like some up and down, and everybody's like, man, is he washed now? We paid him all this money, and he makes a lot of money. He's probably one of the top paid punters in the league, if not
top
or
five,
kicker,
top
whatever.
five probably. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, and if not, top five.
Yeah.
And he's had a great season this season. He's really like I always liked like when it came to like our kickers and punters, like I was always a fan of Andy Lee. Maybe because the last name, I don't know, might have something to do with it. So then Robbie came, and I don't know, like it's just like those positions, and I know Bryant, he loves to keep those players relevant, and we definitely need people like that because they're a huge part of this team, right? But they kind of get pushed aside because you got all these other big name playmakers, that get talked about more. But man, I got to give Robbie his flowers because he's having a hell of a season, and to have those accomplishments, that's in all of NFL to be top 10 in points. Like that's crazy, like for how many freaking years that, players played, like, man. And it doesn't look like he's having, any signs of slowing down.
Not at all. He's playing like a Pro Bowler this year, to be honest.
Yeah. So, I mean, he might end up like, I don't know what the difference is between 10th and 9th, like the amount of points, but he could definitely move up that list before his career is over. So yeah, shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next player, I talked about him a little bit to start off the segment that I'm giving my flowers to is Diamador Lenore. He obviously, he had an interception this game. That was the first interception of his career. So, and like I said, I was already a believer of him, but after, seeing, and that was kind of the whole defense in one was because everybody kept saying, well, let's see him against real competition. The last real competition they played was Kansas City. And yeah, we know how that happened, right?
Yeah.
How that went. So I think this was their true test, since Kansas City. This was their first true test, the Dolphins. And I think not only Diamador Lenore really showed out and showed the type of player he is, but I mean the defense all in all,
Mm-hmm.
they're definitely, the number one defense, not even close. They lead like all the defensive categories, I think, except for two. Mm-hmm. So there's like no team that's, not even close up there next to them.
Yeah.
So yeah, cookies, flowers, everything to
the
whole defense
to
D'Amico Ryans. Man, like he's coaching out of his freaking mind. I wish he would kind of slow down because I don't want him going anywhere.
Yeah, that man is gone. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny too because I don't remember your 53-man prediction, but at the beginning of the year, I had Hadim not even making his team. I really thought he was going to get cut and stuff like that. And I mean, now he's playing. It's funny. Like I laugh because I'm a Michigan fan, but I'm like, is Ambry Thomas even on the team? You know what I mean? Because
I don't think he is after this season.
Like
honestly,
I thought, if he doesn't get it together this training camp, I think he's gone. I think we always talk about you get a little more leeway when you're a higher draft pick. They give you a little bit more leeway, So like we saw with what's his name, Jalen Hurts and all this other stuff, and with him being a 3rd round pick, I'm sure they're going to give him this last year, and they're going to be like, look, if you don't make it this year, you're gone. As we saw it with the Trey Sermon thing, it's like, I think we were more stacked at running back than we were a corner, so I think that's why Ambry Thomas ended up making his team. But yeah, he needs to go ahead and do his thing. But yeah, the fact that Diamador Lenore's outplaying him and was a 5th round draft pick is impressive. It's just. Yeah, so kudos to him. And like I said, depending on how he finishes the season off, there's going to be some conversation is if they want to pay, well, they don't even have to pay him right now. Like, they can be like, yeah, let's just keep him as our starting outside corner and save a little bit of money. I want E-Man to stay. I'm not saying nothing about E-Man. I love E-Man. If we can find a way to get him back, absolutely.
Yeah.
But like I said, this is a business. And if they're looking at the whole team and Demo, like you said, this was a big test. He played against Jalen Waddle, and Jalen Waddle was like a non-factor. So if he can keep this up, and as everybody knows, everybody on here knows football, your secondary is only as good as your pass rush. And that's something that we have. And I feel like Demo's starting to figure it out back there. Yeah, so kudos to him. Tommy, you better leave my Wolverine alone. But next year, if he doesn't make the team, I'll call him a donkey as well, okay? But not in your words and my words. So, yeah, it's disappointing how Ambry Thomas balled out at Michigan in man coverage, and now it's like he's like a non-factor. You don't even know it's funny. It's like, is he even on the team? Because I don't even hear his name at all. So, yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah. What's up, Tommy? Jamal says he was at the game and it was so fun to be there. Shout out Fred Warner. He made plays all over the field. Best cover linebacker in the league for a reason. And right now, I don't think it's close. I agree. He's, like I keep saying, he's like our Iron Man out there, such Mr. Consistent. And he's just everywhere. The way he flies around. And we talked about this, I think, last week, that how you always said that he was more finesse. But this season, like, he's really laying the freaking wood on people. Like, like he's like playing with something different. And I think, him and Greenlaw playing together has just been awesome. It's been really good.
Yeah.
Throwback. Something.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Right here. So I listened to this as well, a little bit to change from the defense. But Chris Forrester, they had, when they were interviewing this week, he had said that Juice and CMC were sitting on the cooler after the game or whatever, and he walked up to congratulate them and say good game and whatnot. And that CMC stood up and was like, I'm sorry, coach, I'll do better next time. I left a lot of plays out there on the field. Don't give up on me, like I'm going to get better. I won't let you guys down again. So like, and he's our leading rusher, our leading pass catcher. It's like, and he's the first thing he says, is, oh, I'm going to do better. Like that's, man. Yeah. Shout out to him. Let me see. I had some more on the offense because
laughing at the comments from Christy 1687. She was like, "Fred is so hot." You should have seen how his woman was eyeing all the females sitting next to him taking pictures. Miriah, she was like, she was eyeing him like a hawk.
Yeah, like when we were doing the signing, the autographs, session, whatever. What's his name? Elijah Mitchell, he had his like agent or somebody with him, not his girlfriend or something. It was a girl, it was a female, but you could tell it was a work relationship, right? It wasn't his girlfriend.
Like
and so
she's
sitting there,
she's
like sitting there and whatever, paying attention to the line and all this. But man, when Fred was up there to do his girlfriend was sitting right behind him and just staring the entire time at every person that got up there, like sitting close enough so she could hear every word that was being said. Like, I'm like, man, giving us all dirty looks every time a girl would walk up there to take the picture with him.
Man. Yeah, because I walked up there, I told her hi. I was like, hey, how you doing? And she said hi. And she kept talking to whoever she was talking to, minding her own business. But when it came to the females, she was like, man, she was sitting up there eyeing them like a hawk. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, man, she don't even let the PR people come with him. She's like, no, I'll be your escort to Las Vegas. Thank you.
Vegas too? Exactly. Like you ain't going there by yourself.
Yeah. I had some more I wanted to say. I feel like we don't talk about the offense. I mean, the defense carries this team, but the offense is still doing well. Juice had his first receiving touchdown of the season, and our first touchdown of the game. So that was good. You could tell, it seems like you could tell the people that, Brock Purdy had got more work in with, right? Than like Debo, Ayuk, all them, they're always with the first team. But I feel like there must be times when Juice is working with, the scout team, working with other players, because it seemed like they had a connection. And then like the tight ends, what's his Croft? Is that him?
Croft, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he had a connection with him as well because you could, like not the starting, guys. The other guys are working more with Purdy during the rest of the season. Obviously now he's working with the starters, but I'm saying up until this point, you could tell the players, he had been getting work with in on the scout team. Hopefully now that he got first team reps this week, he'll, build that connection with, Ayuk and Devo and more.
Kittle and all them, yeah.
Yeah. And I guess it came out too that, let's talk about Brock for a little bit because right after the game, Shanahan, says, oh, Brock Purdy has balls out there, and then Kittle gets BCB trending. It's been trending all week since the game. Big cock Brock. And like we just heard all these players since, they all talk about how Brock just has the balls out there. Like, and even this week during practice, Trent's came out, Ayuk's come out talking about how like he don't care. Like he's gonna tell you, like, shut the fuck up and pay attention. He don't, like as if he's a vet in there. Like he don't care that he's talking to guys that have been in the league for 12 years, like he's gonna talk to you just, how he needs to. Like, so like that's awesome to see from somebody so young. We know that he has tons of college experience, right?
Yeah.
He played all 4 years in college
At Iowa State, yeah.
And I think it's really showing, like, yeah, it's a different level of competition. Obviously, the NFL's faster, all that. Yeah, we know. But I think the experience that he had in college is really showing up in these moments right now.
Yeah, I agree.
So, man, hats off to him. I really, I'm not saying that we can win a Super Bowl, but with him. However, I don't think, that a lot of teams, if it came down to their backup quarterback, their season would be over. If it came down to their third string quarterback, hell yeah, their season's definitely over. Like, yes. I don't feel like that with this team.
Same.
So I think that's, and we talked about that even with Jimmy, right? Like, as long as he could go in there, do what the coaches is asking him to do, don't make mistakes, don't turn the ball over, get the ball in your playmakers' hands. You have them everywhere on the field. And we've seen them utilize CMC definitely in that position, right? Like, he's just a constant dump off. And I think having CMC now, especially with Purdy coming in, like he needs to use him as a blanket,
security
blanket, use Kittle, like,
use check for dump offs. Yeah,
exactly.
Whatever
like
works.
We just need him to come in to not turn the ball over and, to just do what he needs to do. Get the ball in your playmakers' hands and let them make plays and let the defense carry the team,
Yeah.
I think that we should be fine.
Absolutely.
All right, let's pull the winners. Everybody, if you got your didn't get your numbers in for the giveaway, you have to scroll way up because I forgot about it, so that you don't enter a duplicate number. I'll give you guys a couple seconds while I get this out. This is for the Drake Jackson card, the Trey Lance card, and the Nick Bosa card. 3 for 1.
These numbers here. What did I do? Throwback? You said wow, TL. Let me see. Dang, I've been talking for a while. The numbers are up here.
Yeah, no.
Okay, it starts with throwback at 13. So okay, let me go back. All right, go ahead, and then I'll scroll down and see who got what.
All right, some numbers are still coming in. So.
All right.
Hey, David, what's up? Appreciate you stopping in. Edgard, appreciate you stopping in. Think you're new to the channel.
I'm looking more on top of the chat, but 42 was taken by David McNew already. So if somebody else has it, it needs to go. I seen Izzy made a comment about it.
Yeah, Sean, you need to put a new number. Oh, he did, 88.
Did he? Okay, cool.
All right. Melissa's keeping on top of it. We appreciate you. All right, I'm drawing. You guys, if you didn't get into this one, we'll do another one. So good luck. 31.
All right, let's go here.
Eddie, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I see Jamal with 28 so far. Let me see. That's the closest I've seen to 31.
And remember, we still have the Diamador Lenore card for if anybody guesses the number exactly right, you get this as well. And then after that gets taken, next on deck is the Danny Gray autograph card.
Sean, stop it. You put 31 after you showed the thing. Let me see. Let me keep going.
Let's see. After we get this winner, then we'll start a new one, and then we'll get into Tampa Bay.
Yeah. If you want to double check, I think it's Jamal with 28.
Jamal. Let me freaking make my way up here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, 42, 60, 51, 28.
Yeah.
Yep, I think
Yeah,
so, Jamal.
think so.
Congrats, brother.
Congratulations, Jamal. Hit that button.
Yep, I got something for you. Congrats. All right, we'll start this other one, and then we will.
Tommy Huxley, he's a throwback. Don't make Teran mad. It takes a ton for me to get mad, so he's all good.
All right, for this one, we'll do another 3-pack. Let's do Brandon Ayuk, Bosa, and Trey Lance. All right, so get your numbers in. For those that are new, just enter a number in the chat, 1 through 100. Make sure that that nobody else has entered that number. There's no duplicates. And yeah, we'll draw another number in a few. Good luck. So yeah, we have obviously Tampa Bay and Tom Brady coming to town. Rookie quarterbacks that get their first start against Tom Brady have never won up until this point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely going to be an interesting game. Tampa Bay's offense has been terrible.
Mm-hmm.
This last game that they played, like they won, but the entire first 99% of the game, they played like shit. And somehow
Terrible.
Tom Brady turned into Tom Brady at the last few minutes and came back and got a win.
Yeah.
I definitely think like we've seen how Tom Brady acts when he has pressure in his face, when the D-line's getting to him. But going into this game, Nick Bosa hasn't practiced all week. Ridgeway's out with a torn pec.
Mm-hmm.
So I really hope, them keeping Nick out of practice, all week. And, Shanahan came out and said he wasn't able to go. They didn't just keep him out to play it safe. Like, he wasn't able to practice. So, like, I really hope, though, come Sunday, come tomorrow, he's in better shape. And, like, we need him out there, and to finally get, I forgot to talk about this, Eric Armstead returning. Had such an impact. And yeah, it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, whatever, but he had such an impact on that Dolphins game. It was him that, had hurried up Tua to throw the interception to Jimmy Ward. It was him that was coming up the middle, making Tua come out to the outside and Nick Bosa being able to get there. Like his presence was definitely felt. So like, I would hate for us to finally get him back now with he has one game under him. Like, he was on a pitch count, it seemed like. But to finally get him back, and then Nick Bosa goes out, like, that'll be terrible. So I really hope Nick Bosa is able to play. And Ridgeway, like, he's not somebody that gets talked about a lot, but I mean, he's been there to fill in for AA and Kinlaw being out,
Mm-hmm.
and done an okay job in there.
Absolutely, he has.
It could have been a lot worse without him. So to lose him, and obviously he's not going on IR, just like Jimmy's not going on IR, because we can only bring 2 people back, and we still have Elijah Mitchell, Kinlaw, possibly Trey Lance, depends. They had said that Jimmy's had ligament damage at first and was for sure out the rest of the season, and the reports later came out that it wasn't as bad as they thought. He still did break his foot, but
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't as bad as they thought, and he could possibly return. But I mean, hearing Shanahan talk about it, it didn't sound likely to me that neither of them are returning, Garoppolo or Trey Lance.
Yeah.
That seems to be the big fight, about which quarterback now, bring back Trey Lance and this and that. But I mean, if he's not ready, he's not ready. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
know what like everybody been saying he's not ready for 3 years already, but
Yeah.
this is for real. He ain't ready because of medical reasons. Like, I don't think rushing him back to play is smart,
Yeah.
So I mean, if they're both, I would keep them both out, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially if Purdy's rolling, this team gets into the playoffs, and then you're going to pull Purdy out. We would have to already win like a playoff game, for then Jimmy to come back. And then he's going to be rusty from all these games, right, that he's missed,
Yeah.
coming back from an injury. And then we're just going to throw him in and expect then him to carry us to the Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think, fans just get too into their
feelings. Yeah, to their feelings of like, well, I love Jimmy G the best, so he should play. But it's like,
exactly,
you go with the quarterback who's in rhythm. They don't
use common sense and think things through.
If, like you said, if we go on a run and go, like, how many games do we have left? 4?
4 or 5, 4.
So let's just say we go 3-1 to finish the season, and then we win a playoff game, right? You don't sit there and be like, well, Trey's healthy, and as much as I would love to see Trey, you wouldn't do this team a disservice by messing up that rhythm. You don't just say, okay, Purdy, I appreciate you. I know you went 4-1. You won us a playoff game. The team's in rhythm, but we're gonna have to sit you and play Trey or Jimmy that haven't played in weeks. You know what I mean? I don't think that you do that. So. And I get it, and it's not losing your job to injury. It's just you go with the hot hand. Now, if he's terrible and we barely squeak in and we get a wild card, then that's a different conversation. But if the man is rolling, you don't just sit there and be like, oh, you know what? Just go ahead and put somebody in. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. There's only a few quarterbacks that you would do that for.
Exactly.
I mean, you would do that for a Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. But they're in their own tier, so that makes sense. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Hey, Joel. Joel says, "Thanks for the prayers, family. Transplant went well. Just got discharged. I'm so glad to hear that, brother. Thank you for telling us.
That's awesome. Thank you.
That's amazing news. I hope everything continues to go well."
Melissa confirmed we have 5 games left: Bucks, Hawks, Commanders, Cardinals, and Raiders. Okay.
Yeah, so I do have the rankings. I see a lot of people. Let's go over that real quick. Talking about the rankings of the Bucks, and then I'll get your thoughts. So, per NFL.com, as of today, we know Tampa Bay sits at 6-6. They're the 21st ranked offense, the 7th ranked defense, 5th in passing, and 32nd in rushing. The 49ers, in comparison, so the offense, the Buccaneers 21st against us 13th. Defense, they're 7th against our 1st. Passing, they're 5th against our 14th, which we know up until this point 14th, but that's with Jimmy Garoppolo. So does that go up? Does that go down? We don't know. And then rushing, there's 32nd against ours 14th. So, our offense is sitting there right in the mid, 14th passing and 14th rushing. I really hope, we talked about earlier about Jordan Mason. Like, I would love to see, use him more. Like, he's averaging, what was it, like 6
yards a carry?
Yeah, like, why are you not rushing him more?
Yeah.
Stop using CMC up the freaking middle like that, and let Jordan come in and take care of those. But yeah, I think we really need to and get TDP involved. Like, what the hell is going on? Like,
especially in the red zone.
We really need to rely on this running back room going forward now that we have Brock Purdy in there. So I really hope that, we see more of that this week.
Absolutely. All 3 of the running backs should be getting carries. All 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
how you feeling about this game, about the Buccaneers? At the end of the day, we could say whatever, they're ranked whatever, but they have Tom Brady. Yeah.
Well, I know we're not going to give score predictions till next week.
He was active this last week, Tommy. So
yeah, he was. Yeah, I don't know. I know we're going to give score predictions on Wednesday, but I don't like this game. I don't. I don't have a good feeling about it. I just think it's going to be low scoring. And on Wednesday, I need you guys to tune in so I can give you my score predictions. But I don't like it. I don't know. It's just one of these games where I feel like it's gonna be raining, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Bad feeling. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Running game, especially with the rain, running game, especially gonna have to be in effect. So hopefully, with them being so trash in the run game, we get CMC or Mason or TDP. I don't care who it is, can sit there and break one. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Those are my thoughts.
I saw somebody sneak in here. Let me find it. Hey Beto, what's up? Appreciate you stopping in. And then for anybody that's joined since we're in the middle of a giveaway, so get your numbers in the chat. You have to scroll up and make sure that the number hasn't been entered already. But it hasn't been going for that long, so you don't have to scroll that far. I see some of you dropping your score predictions, so we can go ahead and do that as well.
Oh, we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me find my pen.
Okay. Well, in saying that, I just don't. I feel like Brock Purdy. This is gonna be. I just think it's gonna be a tough game for him. And I don't know, for some reason, even though the offense for Tampa's been playing like trash, I just, they still got weapons. You know what I mean? They still have weapons. Tom Brady's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder. He grew up a Niners fan. I know he wants to go in there and prove his point and beat us. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the Niners lose 19 to 14.
All right. I'm going with 21-17 49ers. I think, yeah, it's Tom Brady, this and that, but at the end of the day, Tom Brady doesn't face defenses like ours very often. And if Nick Bosa's playing, I think it's going to make a long day for that old man. He can't run. He can't do shit. So I want to do like a over and under on how many of those tablet things he breaks on the sidelines. Because I think he should be breaking a couple over there. Christy.
Yeah. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope this is the first time a rookie quarterback comes in and beats Tom Brady. That would be awesome. Odds are not favorable against us. Like if the weather was different, I think I feel more comfortable. But yeah.
Well, the Bucks have no rushing game, so what are they supposed to do?
Yeah, Fournette and White are just hit and miss. So
chat, enter your score predictions. This past week, Tanya and who was it? I think Bryant. Let me see. I think Tanya and Bryant tied. Yep. Tanya and Bryant both tied for the Dolphins 49ers game score predictions. So I got them some goodies together.
Hey, did I tell you 1914 or 1917?
1914.
Oh, I'm sorry. 1917 is what I meant to say. Still Tampa Bay though. Yeah.
Let's see. I don't miss any. And then we'll go ahead and do. Well, before we draw the giveaway winner, let me tell you guys about this. So for those that have seen on Twitter, you kind of know about this already, but for those that haven't, so I had taken these 5 envelopes and I put different goodies in each one. So some have an autographed card in them, some have a jersey card in it, some have numbered cards in there. So I put it all in there. I sealed them up. I mixed it all up and numbered them 1 through 5. So I don't know which one's which either. We're going to be giving away 3 on YouTube and 2 on Twitter. So odd numbers are going to YouTube, 1, 3, and 5. 2 and 4 are going to be given away on Twitter. So to enter, we're going to start with number 1 for the for the YouTube community. What you're going to do is after this video ends, so not in this live chat, but in the comment section after the video ends, you're just going to comment there, whatever you want to comment, doesn't matter. keep it respectful, or you definitely ain't gonna win. So comment there. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And then next week we're doing our show. We have a Thursday game, so we're doing our show Wednesday. I'll take all the comments from the comment section of this video and enter you in. And then we'll draw the winner on Wednesday. So you'll have until Wednesday to enroll. And then whoever wins, I'm just going to put your mailing info on it and ship it out. So when it arrives to you, you'll open it and you'll be the only one that finds out what you got. So make sure you share with us if you win, so we know who got what. Just a little fun, mystery holiday giveaway to give back to you guys, because, we appreciate you all. So yeah, that's in the comment section of this video. Leave a comment after this video ends to get enrolled into that.
Hey, Cowboy Angel,
So good luck.
That would be a fire fit. Jordan Cherry 11s with a Niner jersey. I'm all for it.
Yep. Did I miss any score predictions? Oh yeah, I did. Let me see what we got here. Did I get JDLR? Yep.
No, Tommy, it's not reverse psychology. That's what I feel the game is going to be. Sorry. I go with my gut.
27-17. Chrissy. 20-10. This definitely should be a fun game, that's for sure. I mean, I really hope our defense comes out there and makes freaking Tom Brady miserable.
I do too. I think it's going to be low scoring too.
Yeah. If they can do that to the Dolphins, I don't see why they can't shut down. At least Miami has a quarterback that can move a little.
Yeah. Well, you notice I said
Brady,
19. Man. You notice I gave him the score at 19, so I'm only giving him one touchdown, and the rest are field goals.
Yeah, that's why I went with them for 17, because I'm like, yeah, they ain't going to be able to score that much. 31-14, Bebop. Let's see. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Hey, Teradome. Appreciate you stepping in. If you want to give your score prediction, and we're in the middle of a giveaway. I don't know if you entered already.
He just put 27-13 for a score prediction, right. But yeah.
Let's see. 27-13. So if you guys don't put, whether it's Bucks or 49ers, I automatically just take it for 49ers, just so you know. If you guys want to take the Bucks, then make sure you put that. I think I got, all right.
Eddie Glover, I appreciate you, sir.
Tia. 20-10. All right. I think we got everybody. Let's draw this winner. Good luck. Ty, are you still here? I forgot yet. TL told me that we're going to do our show on Wednesday. At what time?
At 3:45.
At 3:45 Pacific time. So if that works for you, let me know. If not, then we'll have you on another time.
Yeah, he lives on the East Coast, so I think it'll be like 6:45 his time. The over-under for this Tampa Bay 49ers game is only 37 points.
Wow. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Sean says his friend's mom went to high school with Danny Glover.
Oh, nice. I love him in the Lethal Weapon series.
Yeah, Beto, I said let me know when, and then I'll try to work it out with TL. He's the one that has a crazy schedule, so
yep.
Just DM me whatever you're thinking, and then I can check with him and see if it works. Sooner or later, we'll find the time and whatever that works. But yeah, we'll for sure come on, of course.
I'm usually most available on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So I hope that helps.
All right, let's draw this winner. Good luck, everybody.
44?
Yep.
Hilarious.
Somebody
That was
guessed that last time.
that was for you, Izzy.
Yep.
Let me
This has
see.
been nothing but 44s around this place lately.
I think. Oh yeah. Let me see. I thought somebody guessed it this time too, but maybe I'm wrong.
Let's see. Could finally get the Diamador Lenore card one.
It starts off with Miss Deb at 68, right?
I think.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so 68, 3.
No, I don't see 44.
No, that
That was
must have been
last
last
time.
time. Yeah, I think it was somebody said I'm right now. It's looking like, yep, that's what I see too. Let me see.
Go back through. Cindy.
Terror
That's it.
Dome. He said 55. He said he went with Ahmad Brooks, huh? Yeah, I think it is. I think it's Tia.
Yep. He is coming back, y'all. She's gonna go on a win streak again. Watch out. What's up, Ryan? Appreciate you stopping in. The hell? This will not be tolerated here. So goodbye.
Oh, your new stepdad? Yeah. I saw that.
All right, so Tia, congrats. You got the Brandon Ayuk, Trey Lance, Nick Bosa, triplet combo. I don't know. Does combo work? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking, does combo work when it's more than two? But yeah.
Yeah,
It
because
does.
because usually when you order a combo meal, you get a hamburger, fries, and a drink, right?
That's exactly what I thought of.
Yeah. Combo meal, yeah.
Again, now that it's getting closer, and I know we have some new eyes in here, some ears in here. You want to update everybody with what we got going on January 1st?
Yeah, January 1st, which is, man, it's coming up quick. It come up quicker than I thought, which is crazy. So on January 1st, Miriah and I decided to rent out a sports bar so we can get with the Niner faithful to get together, have some camaraderie going on, meet each other, have some appetizers and stuff at Gordon Birch, which is pretty close to the Las Vegas Strip. It's on Paradise. We have it rented out from noon till 5 p.m. The game's at 1:10, 1:15, something like that. It's a 1 o'clock game. So we'll be able to hang out there for a few hours. And the bar said once the time is over, we really don't have to leave. We can stay in the bar and hang out still if we want to, excuse me. So yeah, so I would love for you guys to show up. DM me, DM Miriah if you guys are interested. I would love to meet every one of you. The entrance at the door is $40 cash, or you can Zelle me the money at the event. Yeah, so I would love to meet each and every one of you. I know it's hard. I know me and Miriah talk about all the time. We felt like they kind of dropped the ball on this one, having it on the first, because it's already expensive coming to Vegas, and hotels and flights and stuff are outrageous. So yeah, if you are able to make it, and if you're not going to the game, if you just want to be in Vegas that weekend, just go ahead and hit us up and we'll give you all the details for it. Like I said, all you can eat appetizers from 12 to 5. And then also they have 2 screens, 2 TVs in there so we can watch the game. So yeah.
I'm going to share this right now for those that are watching. Can you see that?
No, I cannot.
You can't?
What are you sharing? Only thing I see is Alex Faulkner's comment.
The flyer.
No, I can't see the flyer.
Oh no, what the hell? Let me see. Maybe I can do it this way.
There it goes. I see it now. So yeah.
All right. So yeah, this is the flyer. Has the info. There's the address. A little bit of info on it. What we got going on.
Yeah.
And if for whatever reason you're not on Twitter, how should they? You want them to email you?
They can reach out. Yeah. What do you have? What do you have? Do you have Instagram or something like that, or?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess.
So if you guys don't have Twitter, you can always DM me on Instagram.
And then
Or, just to let us know in the comment section of this video if you don't have any of that, and we'll get the info to you. But
yeah, if you don't have any,
for those that are watching,
yeah, if you don't have any one of those, put it in the comment section, and then I'll go back and then I'll reach out to you, and then I'll put my email in the comment section. I'll put my
sounds
email
good.
in the comment section so you guys can reach out to me. And what I failed to mention too is we're gonna have some raffles going on, and with each ticket, with each fee that you pay to entrance in, you get 2 raffle tickets. Let's just say you bring you and like somebody else, you pay the $80, you get 4 raffle tickets. You just don't get 2, so it's 2 raffle tickets per every entrance fee, if that makes sense.
Yep. And then, additional raffle tickets will be for sale, in the
Hmm.
event, and we'll be doing giveaways as well. So for those that can't or don't want to enter the raffle, you'll still get the 2 tickets, and we'll have other giveaways.
Correct. Yeah.
So yeah, the info's on the screen. There's the address, 3987 Paradise Road, Las Vegas, Nevada 89169. The name of the bar is there, the times that we have the room rented. So yeah, like we said, reach out if you need any additional info. We hope to see you guys all there. With that being said, any closing thoughts?
Nope, that's pretty much it. Hey, Sean, that's pretty disrespectful, brother. I mean, I'm not good enough to see here in Vegas or what? No, I'm just messing with you. I don't care. No, I'm just hoping for a good game. I hope we get the W, but my gut just tells me we won't. But like I said, I'll be happy to be wrong. Yeah, I don't know. Defense, obviously, we talk about them all the time. We have so much faith in them. It's just now, it just sucks that now we're having to have a new quarterback in, because now it's going to mess up the rhythm. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Like Brock Purdy, he looked good. I'm not worried about him per se. I'm just like, it takes a little bit of time I feel like, for us to get into a rhythm, for Shanahan to get comfortable, see Brock Purdy's strengths, his weaknesses, stuff like that. So, and just him practicing with the ones for a week is not really going to do him any justice. So let's see what happens. Any given Sunday. So, we'll see. Like Cowboy Angel said, the run game has to thrive. Like, they're terrible against the run. So I feel like all running backs should be used. I was gonna just bring that up too. Danny Gray, I know he's been inactive and stuff, but I feel like if you put him out there, activate him, put him out there for a few plays just to keep the defense honest, to have him stretch the field and stuff, and then it'll open up the run game even more. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
You can sing whatever you want, Ryan, if you show up. You can sing Paint Your Wagon. You can sing, what else? I'm trying to think of something good that you could sing. No Scrubs. we can have a whole song list for you to sing if you
Just
want.
don't sing Pour Some Sugar on Me, because this ain't a strip club.
Well, that might be after hours. It depends on what kind of girls TL has showing up there. You never know.
Whatever.
All right, but yeah, I hope we get this dub, of course. And yeah, if we predict, if we think that we're gonna lose, me and TL are gonna tell you like it is. That's why I didn't have a good feeling going into last week's game, and I'm more than happy to have got the prediction wrong. At the end of the day, we want this team to win.
Yeah.
Like, we're not wishing this team to lose. So, but yeah, hopefully we get this dub. We had obviously a major injury this last game. A couple. Ridgeway too with the pec. So hopefully we can make it through this game healthy. We're going to be on a short week. Have a Thursday game, Seattle. So yeah, this is going to be a tough down the stretch mission now with our third string quarterback, but I think it can definitely be done. So stay faithful. Have some hope. Don't get caught into the quarterback carousel drama.
Yeah.
See, Emiliano says any location can be a strip club if you try hard enough.
That's very true. However, that bar has my name on it. They're gonna be like, "Who's this Teran Lewis dude? Like, he can never come back here."
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? So That's how we do. But chat, you guys are the best. Like always, we appreciate you guys. Remember, in the comment section of this video, after it ends, leave a comment to get enrolled into the mystery giveaway. The dogs want to talk to you. There's some cool prizes in there for you guys to win. So yeah, I'm excited to see who wins what. We'll have an instant reaction show after the game on Sunday, and then we'll be back Wednesday to give you our show before the Thursday night game.
Yep.
So everybody have a great weekend, great rest of the
fam.
week. We appreciate you guys. Much love, fam.
Appreciate you by
We're
tuning
outta
in.
here.
Thank you.